Hey everybody, Mark from Northeast Bastion. How are you guys doing? Well, if you saw the short I posted yesterday, I did get a small order from LandBigFish. They had their summer sale, and this week now they have their Labor Day sale. So got a few things 15 or 20% off. Got another sticker to put on the electric boat. And some of these are things you guys have, I've talked about with you guys a lot. A newer bait to me that I've been using that I like, and I got another one, a bait that has made a comeback, which is nice to see, and some old school trailers that I haven't tried in a long time or used in a long time. So let me show you what I got here. I did grab a pack of the Kalin's grubs. This is my go-to chatterbait trailer, and I was pretty much out of the white ones, and sometimes white is right as your trailer. So I like, you guys know I like that 5-inch grub. That Kalin's 5-inch grub is, it just, to me, I just have confidence in it as my chatterbait trailer. I've tried all the chatterbait trailers out there, and I always go back to the grub. It just works best, has great action. I do well with it, so stick with it. And for you guys who, maybe are a little more old school, this on just like a Ned head swimming it, or some type of a jig head and swimming it, can be very productive at times. I guess you could call it the old school swim bait, but if you haven't done any swimming of grubs, you might want to give it a try. But I use that primarily as my jig trailer at this point. I did get a couple of the Queen tackle jigs. I always like to pick a few of the tungsten, flipping and pitching jigs from Queen tackle. If I'm not making my own, I tend to buy these because they're tungsten. I like the jig. They've got, a few colors I really do well with. And so I got 2 half-ouncers. And let's see. This is the Black Magic color, which is, essentially your black and your blue. It's got the black skirt, and then it's got the black with blue flake skirt. So got another half-ounce of that color. And I got a half-ounce in that Tennessee Crawl color. I just like to, when they're on sale especially, I like to throw a jig or 2 into the order just to keep my stock up. And, we do lose jigs now and then, so it's good to always have some extra ones. But I like that Tennessee Crawl color. I like that orange in there. It's got that pumpkin. It's got that other, pumpkin type with some black, like, I don't know what you want to call it, that pattern there. But that's a pretty cool jig right there. All they need is some rattles and a trailer, and they're ready to go. So I got 2 of those. Oh, excuse me. I did get another one of the Evergreen shower blow, the SB125, and this is the American Shad color. I really thank you guys for turning me on to this bait. I've heard of it. I'd never used it. And I've had one tied on since. Haven't had a great topwater bite with it since I got back from Champlain. That was a good topwater bite there. But since I got back, it's been a little, I don't know if it's because we had all that heat and then it's been cool again, but the topwater bite will be with us soon here. And this one, throwing this spook style, pencil popper style bait, guys told me that this walks, the dog great, and it does. It really walks the dog great. Has that little bit of a splash too on it. It's got the rattles. Really sharp hooks. I don't know what kind of hooks they use, but they are just, when you look at them, you think they're not like, they're kind of chintzy hooks, but then when you see, they're like, they are sharp as heck. But that's the American Shad in the SB125. So I've got another color of that bait I'm really starting to get into as one of my topwater options. That's from Evergreen, if you guys haven't seen that before. A little more on the high-end side. I think they're 18 bucks. So, if I can get them on sale, I like to grab one. I did get a couple of the Booyah. Somebody told me that the old Excalibur XCS, that they are now making them, and they are. So Booyah had a couple colors I thought were pretty cool. I love throwing square bills. The price is very reasonable, and especially on sale. And this one they call Lucent Shad. So a shad style bait. And, you know, like I just mentioned, I love throwing square bills. So I love the old Excaliburs. And if Booyah is going to come out with a couple, I'll give them a try. That's a silent bait, but that lucent shad color is pretty cool. It's got the blue on top. It's a clear body. I guess you'd call that, I guess it's kind of a greenish tinge there on the back, little pink under the throat, red eyes, and then a clear body. But there's a little bit of a white pearl there by the hook. But nice hooks, they're pretty sharp. So I'm looking at trying these out. So this is a silent square bill. It's got that little dark part there, and it does have some green flake in it. So nice looking paint job. It's got a little bit of, I guess that's a green, kind of like around here and then in the back there. But you know, your shad style pattern. And this is the 5/8 version, I believe I got. Yeah, the 2.75 inch 5/8. That's the one I got, the bigger size. So that's the bigger size. Like it's like your 2.5 size. And then I also got that bait in the, and they call it the XCS2 Perch. So this is the Perch color. Whenever I see a Perch color bait, I gotta try it. Everybody's Perch pattern is always a little different. I always like to have like those Perch pattern baits, especially around here. All my lakes are loaded with Perch. And square bills should be picking up now as these fish start to move up. Getting ready to feed up for wintertime. Good way to cover water. So that's the Perch color from Booyah, the old XCS square bill. Perch, it's got green on top. You've got the blue and the green around the head. You've got that Perch pattern scales there, like a kind of like a chartreuse, orangey, whatever you want to call it, that pink line. Got the, there's more of an orange on the belly there. Some pearl and then orange, so some cool colors on there. So if you guys like the old Excalibur square bill, you can get it from Booyah. They don't have a ton of colors, but the ones they got are cool, are the good ones. So that's the Perch, and that's a lucent shad. And then I just got some old, I mean, they're not old, but they've been around a long time. I had maybe like 2 or 3 of them at the most, and that's the and they were on sale and they were so cheap I figured let me try some. And this is the super chunk from Zoom. So I got some colors I thought were cool. At this point, you guys know I have a ton of plastic trailers. I love the Craw Hors d'oeuvre from Power Team Lures. I love that Lake Fork Tackle Pig Claw trailer that's on sale on Tackle Warehouse. It's on closeout. Got a ton of those. And so really when I look at different trailers, I've always liked the Zoom options. They have a bunch of different ones that I like. And I was just kind of looking at this super chunk, and I just kind of saw some colors I liked that I thought I could mix and match well with the jigs I like to throw. So this one is called Root Beer Green, Pepper Green. I'll show you these colors up close. Actually, maybe I'll set it up on this jig, but it's a really cool jig trailer color. Root Beer Green, what was it? Root Beer Pepper Green. They don't really have any scent, those Zoom baits, but that is cool. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set these jigs up right now. I'll just do it now while I'm sitting here doing this video. So all I need are my rattles, which are right here, because you know I like to put rattles on my jigs. So let me put some rattles on these 2 jigs. And actually, I think I found this little rattle kit on Amazon when I was making an order. I was like, yeah, I'll throw that in. They seem okay. Regular rattles, and they were really cheap, so I just need some Mickey Mouse ears to put them on. Should be in here. Now I can't find it when I want to do the video. No, the one thing I want didn't come out of the bag. Figures. So I think these are like the clear ones from Lure Parts Online. When I say Mickey Mouse ears, as you can see, that's for putting your rattle on. That's just a rattle collar. So let's take this guy. So here's that Tennessee, what was it? Tennessee Craw. Make sure I got the right name here. Tennessee Craw, yeah. So here's that Tennessee Craw 1/2 ounce. So when I want to prep this jig for fishing, I'm going to just get that skirt all out of the way. And then I'm going to put this, you see it has a bait keeper on it. I'm going to put this rattle skirt on there and pop it over that keeper. And then I push it down just so I have a little bit of that soft plastic keeper is on there. And I'm just going to add my rattles. Oh, I'll use some of these from that new kit. I don't want the real big ones. So I'm going to use these medium-sized ones. They're clear. And pop those on. Because I always like things I like with my jigs. I like rattles and I like scent. Can't hurt. So pop those 2 rattles on. So now I've got a 1/2 ounce jig, which is now a little heavier. You guys can hear it's got that little bit of rattle going on there. Now that chunk that I just showed you, I think would fit nice on this. Now some people, and it'll work, but I don't think it's the best way, they'll just take this chunk and go right through the hook and then have it like that. Will that work? Sure. But what's going to tend to happen is this is going to move around here. It's going to get stuck. It's going to get, you know, it's going to get messed up on your jig. Get tangled up in the skirt, get tangled up in the weed guard. So what I prefer to do, and looking at this one, I'm going to go with the thick side facing on the bottom side of the hook. And I'm gonna thread this right through and then thread it all the way down the shaft of the hook. I might have went too far. Yeah, I think I did. There we go. I went too far and I was more into the... So I'm going to be in that bulky part of the bait, and I'm going to push that down and then push it. It'll catch that keeper a little bit, and those rattles are going to lay right next to it. So now I have the thicker side down, which I prefer. If you like the thicker side up, that's fine too. So now I have a jig ready to throw, and that is a nice looking, that matches really well on there. That matches really well. I think these, I've mentioned it before, to me the skirts on the queen tackle jigs, and I've never seen it written anywhere, I've never heard anybody mention it, it has like that coffee smell, which I like. So I don't know if that's intentional, but I would assume it is, but it is a nice smell. And I'm going to put a little garlic on there, spray it with my bang scent, or just rub a little garlic on there, give it some scent on there. But that looks really good. And that is that, what did I say that color was again? Root beer pepper green. So that's a nice combo. That matches that skirt well. That's a pretty good one. Now for this black magic color, first I'm going to add my rattles. Put that rattle strap on there, pop it over that keeper. It's all ready to go. Make sure it's straight. Now, the other colors I got here, I'll show you these colors quick. I got the Bourbon Blaze. That would look good on that one too. Show you one of those. That's a nice looking jig trailer color. Bourbon Blaze. That's cool. I like that orange in there, that flake. That's a good one. That'll look good on that same jig. I'll put these back when I'm done. I got the Sapphire Blue, which I think I'm going to put on this black jig. And these are very inexpensive. That's only a 5-pack, but, you know, trailers are pretty durable. The Sapphire Blue is cool. I got the Orange Pearl, which would also fit good on that first jig, that Tennessee Crow. This color would match on there very well. Orange Pearl, so orange, but then it's got like, you know, it's got like a whitish to it. That's a cool one. I did get this Summer Craw. That would also fit nice on that jig too. Summer Craw would look good on there. summer craw, kind of like it's like that pumpkin and that chartreuse. So summer craw is a good option. And you can even, what I'll do sometimes is I'll take my dye markers and just put a little color right on the tips of these claws. Maybe a little chartreuse, maybe a little orange. I tend to use orange more, but either one's fine. So that's that summer craw. That's a cool color. And the last one I got is just brown. And I like to throw a brown jig, a brown and orange jig especially, so this should work really well. Should match that very, very well. So that's just brown, good old brown. But for this jig, for this Black Magic Queen Tackle jig, I'm going to put that sapphire blue on there. So let's add some rattles. You know what? I do have some blue rattles left. Let's use those. I am looking to restock some of my colored rattles because the fishing skirts where I get them from is, they don't have a lot of colors in stock anymore. So I don't know if they're just not getting the ones in the different colors or just haven't gotten them back in stock, and they're going to eventually. I hope so, because I do like the different color options instead of just white or clear and that one. That rattle is not rattling. That one does. That one's a bad one. Sometimes they do get stuck in that rattle chamber. Sometimes you got to knock them around a little bit to get them going. These two are good though. I always check them, make sure they're actually doing what they're supposed to. They don't do me any good on there if they're not rattling. If I can get this on. Oh, I don't want to rip the thing. Come on, get on there, you. Give me a hard time. There we go. So now I've got a black-blue jig, mostly black. A little bit of blue in that skirt. I'm going to put on a couple of blue. Oh, Jesus. I don't know if it's these rattles or if it's this strap that's just very uncooperative. Seems like the holes in it are a little small. Get on there, you. Does not want to be. Oh, finally. So, usually it's a lot easier to get them on. Like that other one went right on. So, you guys could get slight rattles on there. So now I've got my Black Magic jig. I've got my rattles on there. And I'm going to add, what do I do with it? That sapphire blue chunk on there. That'll be a nice it's a little, I didn't really go through the plastic there very well. A little off the center. That's better. Much better. Not perfect, but not bad. So now I've got a 1/2 ounce jig, which is now heavier because of the trailer and because of the rattles. I've got that nice blue on there. That's pretty cool looking. It's not going to move around. It's not going to twist on my hook. So there's that Black Magic jig, 1/2 ounce from Queen Tackle. I put 2 blue rattles on there. And now I've got that sapphire blue Zoom Super Chunk Crawl. That'll look good in the water. That'll look real good in the water. So that's how you get the jigs ready to go, guys. So that's it. That's the order. I got the 2 jigs, the Queen Tackle jigs, 1/2 ounce, Black Magic, Tennessee Craw. They both have those trailers on there from Zoom. The Zoom trailers, I got the brown. And this is the Super Chunk. It comes in a 5-pack. They're like 2 something on the LandBigFish site, and now they've got 20% off, so it's a nice trailer to try. I haven't used these trailers in years, so I'm looking forward to trying them again. I've never met a jig trailer I don't like. I got that orange pearl. And like most Zoom things, they have a ton of colors. I got that, this Bourbon Blaze looks really cool. definitely want to try that next time I go out. And then the one that I have on there is that root beer pepper green. That's cool. The sapphire blue I showed you. And the summer crawl. It's a cool one too. These are all good. They'll match the jig colors very well. That's all my rattle stuff. You guys don't want to see that again. I got those 2 Booyah square bills. That lucent shad, I believe, and the perch. So this is the old, even though package is ripped, the old XCS, like from Excalibur. Now Booyah has that bait, and 8 colors, 7, 8, 9. I forget what it was exactly, but they got the good ones they want. And these are 2 I've never seen, so definitely looking forward to trying them out. They look good. Another shower blow from Evergreen, the SB125 American Shad. Looks really nice. Cool colors. Dark on top, the black, a little bit of gray. It's got that chartreuse streak that's got like all flake in it. It's got the like that matted, flake on the bottom there. Really cool. It's a good one. And that, oh, almost forgot. I did get my white pearl Kalin 5-inch grubs for my chatterbaits. And that, my friends, is it. That is the LandBigFish summer sale order that I made. They do have a, like everybody, a Labor Day sale going on right now. So any of these baits you can get on like 20% off, so check it out. I was looking at it today and looking at some stuff for throwing some Nico rigs, looking at just some Nico rig things from VMC that I might try. Might grab a couple of them. Tackle Warehouse is having a sale now too. I may or may not have gotten something from them, so we'll see about that in a couple days. But that, my friends, is it. So just to let you know, if you haven't seen it, LandBigFish, they are having their Labor Day sale right now, I believe until next Monday, the 8th, the 9th, something like that. So so you've got all week, this weekend and all weekend next weekend to stock up if you're interested. And I don't know how long the Tackle Warehouse one's going on, but everybody's, I'm getting them. The Hookup is having a sale. Slider Mustad, 6 cents. Everybody's having a sale right now. Susquehanna Fishing, they're having theirs. Everybody's having one. So now's a good time to stock up. Grab some cool baits and go throw them. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Any questions on any of these, let me know. If you guys are interested, I'm going to put a link to the sale that's going on at LandBigFish, so you can check it out. If you want to check out some of these queen tackled tungsten jigs, some of these Zoom chunk trailers, which are really cool, check them out. Check them out. But that's it. So please like this video. Please share it. If you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe, and I will see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.